Unde Ketree, my friends. Unde Ketree. Now I've been saying Unde Ketree, and it really should be Unde Ketree. But I think that as society picks it up, people are gonna be saying Unde Ketree. But Unde Ketree is the correct pronunciation of this universal greeting of friendship, understanding, and unity. Sure. Yes. Yes. Unde Ketree. Something you can say to friends, family, and foe alike. That's right. Unde Ketree. If this is your first time saying it. Steve! It's funny, I was thinking about you as I was typing this. As I was typing this, I was thinking about you and your alternate spelling that you brought up when we first came up with Unde Ketree. And, I gotta say that your logic, it makes sense to do it that way, because everybody will then always pronounce it that way. But I still feel like it breaks the thing. Now, I don't want to say what the thing is, because we said on the day that we came up with Unde Ketree that was just for the people who were there to understand exactly the origin of it. All you need to know is it's a universal greeting, a friendship, whatever else I said, right? Mike, what's going on? Jane, what's happening? Unde Ketree to you, Jane. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Whatever it is that you think you're a brewing. Are you a writing? Are you a resting? Are you outside, or are you a nesting? I could do this all day. I could do it all night. I could do it quite wrong. I could do it quite right. All right. Everyone is outside congregating. What? Yeah. What? Unde Ketree, you like it better? Well, good. I feel I can sleep a little bit better, because I felt like I might have been harsh with you. And because I can be that way. Not harsh. I'm not thinking and feeling harsh. Sometimes I just go, no, it's got to be this way. And then that's it. I actually thought about that later. So, all right. What do I want to say to you people besides the stuff I'm saying right now? How's everything going? You doing okay? We found toilet paper last week, but it doesn't matter. Because as I posted on my timeline, and I'm not ashamed to say here, ladies and gentlemen, in front of you, in front of this tree, but we went bidet. We did. I got two. Right as the toilet paper crisis was starting, I thought, you know what? Let's just do this thing. And we did it. Fighting a cold, huh, Jane? There's Jane with proof. He's fighting a cold. I'll sit here. Well, I certainly hope that's all it is, Jane. 2 days ago at Walmart, Kathy got it. Point is, I went rogue, if you will. They don't have me anymore in their little roly world. Nope. Oh, sure. Did I go back and forth on it for literally years, going the bidet? Sure I did. Had I had any experience with one? No. Did I know what to expect? No. Only what you see on the Facebook feed. Why am I talking about this? Was it in the description? No. Was I going to? No. But here we are. Because we're friends, all of us. Hello, Terry. I was thinking about you again today, because now every time Tracy and I talk about ASMR, which is a lot, we think of you. Because if we do it, it's going to be because you said so. And we have to do it. I'm having a problem with getting my microphone to send a stereo signal to my board, which is going to be important to do. I know what's supposed to happen, but I have two of these things. And I can't get it to work with either one. So, user error? Maybe. I hope so, because that can easily be fixed. Anyway, it's nice to have you here, Terry. Did you have to fight for those two roles? Nope, they've got a very good system. I got to say, I'm in Vegas, right? And everybody's talking about, oh my God. And look, I can only speak from my own experience. I do not know what's going on in people's lives outside this door. So I'm not making any general statement about everybody and any of the things I say. But I will say that, our grocery store it comes in and out, or there's grocery stores close enough where we can find it, and they are, they're rationing, which they should have started a lot earlier, right? So that people get a reasonable amount of these things. So we'll see. I'm still, well, I'm always going to be optimistic, because what is the alternative? Okay. But I will say this. I want to say this because, I know that certainly I guess it doesn't matter. Just universally, people are kind of like looking at money going, some people are in a crisis, some people are on the edge, and some people do not know. I guess some people are okay. And I talked about, utilizing Fiverr or whatever as a way to make extra money. But I know that one of the things I'm doing as like things like voiceover, and I can't speak, as that's slowed down. I'm looking at ways of how can I decrease my outflow and not get into trouble, right? So what I've been doing, and I maybe everybody knows to do this already, but on the case that you don't, and I guess I was lazy about it, but I finally did it. I just called everybody who I have to make payments to, and I said, what's your deal? What are you doing during this time? What kind of relief do you have? What kind of deferment? What do you have? Because some of them you just have to call and ask. Like here in Nevada, the energy company, they'll work with you, but it says in their mailing, just call us so we can work with you. So you pick up the phone and you work. And basically what they're doing is like deferring for 30 days or whatever, and it may re-up, and you got to pay it eventually, and you can pay what you can, but the point is they're willing to work, and they're not doing any disconnects, right? So I think a lot of utility companies are doing that kind of thing. Credit card, called my credit card company, and I said, what are you doing? Because I said, this is the situation, and they said, well, for 60 days we're deferring all payments or whatever. Okay, great. So those things are out there. I even called my rental agency today, and I said, what's the deal? What are you doing? And in my case, they said, well, if something happens, the owner is willing to work. That's not universal for everybody, though. None of what I say is universal. I don't know that your people are going to work with you or not, but I've been very fortunate with just, calling people up and asking what's the deal. I even called the Department of Revenue in Georgia. Unde Rafe Ketree, my friends. Jane hasn't been out of the house in 2 weeks. Is the strip shut down? For all intents and purposes, there's no gambling or anything like that, no restaurants, right? So I haven't been down there. I was just talking to somebody else today and they were asking me about Vegas. I saw, the strip, and I saw a picture on Facebook, but that could be Photoshop, just nothing. I do know that there's still back and forth going on, certainly to the grocery stores, but most things have shut down around here. But I haven't been out, so I don't know. I have not been out and driven around yet. I'm fortunate that when Tracy goes back and forth between my place and her place, she'll often stop and do whatever shopping. So I have not, and I'm really trying to limit my exposure. I'm just like, I'm being one of those people who just won't go. I know it'll probably be okay. Nope. Unless I got to go to the grocery store, unless I got to do something like that. But I'm playing along. What can I tell you? So how's everybody else doing? Yeah, it is great to be an introvert. I know there's so many posts about that, but my God, like my day to day has not changed. I still wake up. I do whatever I do whatever work I got to do, and I go to the grocery store. Those are the things I do. I would sometimes go see Tracy too, obviously, but those, all of that's pretty much still happening. Finally got put on a safer at-home order. What does that mean, a safer at-home order? You mean like they're restricting you even more? Terry, is that what you mean? Is that what you're trying to say? Anyway, I'm just recommending that call and negotiate with people. Because, I gotta say, as a consumer, companies who treat their customers poorly during this time, not make a deal, be hard ass, whatever, those companies, on the other side of this thing, they will be remembered. And I think that's why most people are willing to work with you. Because You can't be a jerk right now as a business if you hope to survive on the other side. And so everybody I've talked to has been very nice and very accommodating, and at least offering something. Right? So I guess, don't fear them so much, because like they're going to come after you and you're going to necessarily lose everything or lose your whatever. If you're making payments for something, call them, find out. Don't assume. Right? Because everybody's going through it. And if you're a company who decides to be a hard ass when everybody else is being lenient, guess what? You're going to lose everybody. Right? And they got to know this. They have to know this. And there may be some companies who decide, now we're too big and we're irreplaceable, and we shall see what happens, won't we? Stranger things have happened and are happening. Hello, Dina. I see you active and active and active and active on Facebook Live, spreading the good word, calming people down, helping, being a part of the solution, like Steve is in Cover Band Central with his musician following. Terry? I haven't seen a lot of live streams from you. Are you doing live streams? Maybe I just don't see them. What is the hair? What are you doing? The hairdressing community. Insurance company was very accommodating. Right. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Got to call State Farm. Right? Steve and Dina saying hello. They've hung out in groups with me before. Perfect timing. Honestly, just in the last hour I started feeling it. And I have to stop myself. Wait, feeling what? Feeling what? Feeling what? Feeling what? Feeling what? Feeling what? I don't know. Crap. Oh, I'm so bad at this. The remembering thing. I just get so excited. I try and be in the moment. You know what I'm saying? All right, that was that piece of advice. The only other thing is that, the only thing that's on my agenda, if I have to have an agenda. You do live streams in your biz page and groups. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Well, speaking of live streams, what a great segue. So, and this is everything I'm saying to all of you. You already know, but maybe you know somebody, because now's the time, right? So, and that's what I'm hearing anyway. So I just did this Livestream Bootcamp in January, and it was fun. The people came in, got them comfortable with live streaming, learned a lot of stuff about more advanced techniques and stuff like that, got them comfortable, got their strategy, got, why are they doing live streaming, the whole thing, gave them a playground, all of that. I'm saying that like maybe you don't, but all that to say, I'm probably going to do it again. I am going to do it again, because I guess it's just time. Because I've had a couple of people ask about live stream, are you doing a class? And I'm like, no, I already did one. And anyway, so I'm going to do one, I think. But I'm throwing it out there. So this is, I guess it's a different time now. Because now there's a lot of people who would not have been interested in live streaming at all, who now maybe need to take a look at it. So I think that's what swayed me. Is like it's a different situation right now. So there are people who, can't go to the office anymore, or need to maintain customer relationships, or build new customer, or do a new business, or whatever, but need to get comfortable with addressing people in this way, and maybe know zero about it. Because I do forget that there are people who do not even know how to press live on their phone. Even though I think, oh, it's so simple. How could it be simpler? I get it. So it's that. It's just a thing. It's a paid course. Guys got to make a living here. But my goal is always to, create enough value in the course so that you are making money as a result of it. The whole idea of doing the live stream stuff certainly in this context, is to get a business or keep your business going and growing during this time when you can't meet with customers and things in a normal way. And this time I think we're going to do a little bit more advanced stuff than we got into in the first time. And the reason we did that, because I was going to keep it really super simple the whole time. Yes, Dina, we'll do the segment with you. I was absolutely thinking that today. I literally was thinking I should ask Dina to be a guest to the group that I do to explain how she uses Livestream. I guess maybe we talked about that before and didn't do it, or you just psychic today. Yes, Zoom community. Zoom, right? They must be going, I've only heard of a few minor glitches, but I've been using it But I mean, that kind of thing. I mean, I guess there's opportunity for other companies to step up and try and do a Zoom type of thing. But they've got quite the market, and they're really easy, and they work on everything. And Zoom and holding Zoom things like that is a form of live streaming. If you're doing webinars and things like that, that's kind of like live streaming. So the same school. Yes, Zoom is a Zubin. Same skill set, basically, to be comfortable, be natural, be yourself, be authentic, be on point, all of those things. And so that's what we do in the boot camp. It's basically 30 days of every day you're going live somewhere. There's days where you don't, but that's the idea, is to get so comfortable with live streaming through the assignments that I give you, and there's nothing that's hard. It just puts you into action and starts rewiring your brain that might be nervous about doing that, so that you're just like super comfortable just going live. People like Steve and Dina and Terry, all these natural live streamers who already hang with me. So if you're one of you people and you know people who'd like to learn and get kind of coached or coached through the process of learning how to use, Facebook Live, learning how to use some desktop streaming stuff, which I really wasn't focused. Oh yeah, I didn't finish that thought. I went more complicated because there was one person in the group who raised the bar for everybody with what he was doing. And I'm like, well, you can't do that and me not explain it. So I had to keep upping what I was teaching. Daniel, if you're watching this, I'm talking about you. But it was great. But it did show me that there is a need for that stuff too. So you'll just learn. It's a freaking boot camp. Which means you have to do stuff if you want to get your value. Anyway, I'm going to be launching that. I think I have to set up a new group. I was going to say I think I'm ready, but I'm not. I have to set up a new Facebook group for this other group, and then I'm ready to talk about it, or ready to put it out there. But that's it. I was just sharing those little news and facts of my day. Steve says, I was thinking about doing a paid thing in Cover Band Central, teaching streaming. Yeah, go for it. Especially for music. Something focused on music. You should absolutely do that. Oh my God. I'm waiting for you to build the sales page before I say another word. I mean, because you're talking about it all the time. Why not offer it? Have people asked you? Do you think there's a demand? I don't know. Anyway, seems like I was going to say something else to Dina. Unde Rafe Ketree, of course, but that's not what it was. Oh well. Oh well, it's gone. Poof. As long as I'm just praising technology that's making my life better, like Zoom, I got to do a shout out for Restream too. Restream is what I use to stream to multiple places. But it also compiles all the comments from all the places here, which is great. And I can adjust the look of that. There's all sorts of bots you can do where automated comments come back if they type a certain thing. And the comments from Facebook automatically go over to the comment section on YouTube. It just makes my life so much. Getting ready for a show used to be like, okay. And now I just go to this one page, I type the title, it propagates everywhere. I do have to cut and paste the description every time for some reason. I don't know why, but I type it once, cut and paste, boom. And then whenever I go live on Restream, whether it's on my computer or on my phone out at the park, the titles and the descriptions, they're all just there, boom, they just go. Now, if you're a frequent live streamer like me, maybe you can appreciate that. Especially if you want to go to multiple sources. I wish I had an affiliate relationship with Restream where I could get paid for all of you who went and did it. But I'm not. Maybe they have one. Maybe I should go find out. Anyway, I'm just saying, along the live stream line, if you're currently live streaming, you might want to look into ways to stream to more places. See, I tied it all up together. Terry is now saying all the fun, techie, nerdy things. That's what we do here. And I want to say that I still am spending a lot of time playing with that Face app and making animations a lot. I know one other thing I'll mention. The 300 Wishlist group. Some of you are in it. None of you were on the call, however, the other day. That's a shame. It's a real shame. But that's okay, because we do it every Wednesday at 11 a.m. What's the 300 wish list, Bob? I'm new here. Anybody ever tell you sound just like Bob Doyle? It is a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group where we all gather, all of us. And every Wednesday, well, it's all around building a list of 300 things you want to be, do, or have in your life. But we've already learned a technique to soar past that, and we've got people who are getting past 300 already, which is great. But it's an exercise in building your future, expanding your vision, etc. It's good. You should do it. Just trust me on this. It's free, for freaking sake. I'm telling you, it's the best use of your time you could possibly have. Create your future now. You got the time. Don't tell me you don't. See, I knew I was actually calling Terry out on purpose. Yeah, there's videos to get in there and watch. You can join. The easiest way is just in Facebook to do a search for hashtag 300 wish list. You'll find the group. Join it. And then you can watch the first group call that we did on Wednesday, and we do them every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific. And it's mostly a writing exercise. It's literally we get together, and most of it is just writing in silence. But there is the ability to ask questions and communicate, and there is power in that. And we do some talking. It's worth being on the call. It's based on when we used to do it live at Craig's place, real people all together. It's just we're recreating that vibe where we can talk to each other and communicate. But it's mostly about getting it done. So we set aside this time so you'll freaking do it. Got it? Awesome. But you can, if you can't make it live, you can participate by watching the video after the fact and pretending like you're there. That's what Kobe did. How do I know that? Later, because she wasn't on the call, but later I started getting these messages, comments on the video, like in real time. Right? So I knew she was watching and commenting. That's the way, I like it. See? That's how we do it. That's using your resources. I, like most people, are sitting here, what can I contribute of value right now, given everything? What do people need right now from me? Of all the crazy crap I do, what's the most valuable right now? And I'm still working that out. But as things occur to me, it's like, okay, this and this. Yeah, I can do live stream, always do voiceover. I'm still determined. I have a goal to get people on this bed, to buy this bed, without even a demo. That's how strongly I believe in it and how firmly I believe I can communicate its awesomeness even without getting it. That's a big statement. But I don't know when I'm going to get to put people on this bed again, and I know people who need it. End of story. So what am I supposed to do? No, you just stay in pain because I can't put you on the bed first. No. I know it's going to help you get it. If you don't like it, send it back. You're going to like it. Goofball. All right. Well, that turned into a bunch of commercials, but Unde Rafe Ketree, right? Unde Rafe Ketree. It's all good in the hood. We should be out there sharing our value. Is that a justification for me doing it? Sure it is, but it's also true. Valerie's here with her words of, I don't want to say greeting. I'm trying to think of exactly how to describe her positive words, but that's something more than that. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful. And you know she means it too. You can tell she really means it. Even though she says it everywhere she goes, she really means it. I believe that Valerie believes that most, if not all, people are truly beautiful. Everything is beautiful in its own way, right? I think I just made that up. There's people who wouldn't know that reference. All right, I've been sitting over here hunched over for far too long, so I'm going to skedaddle. But it sure has been fun hanging out with each and every one of you. And I hope to do it again real soon. And when Tracy and I launch our ASMR channel, which we will, we certainly hope that each and every one of you will at least check it out one time and go, yep, they're bona fide psychos. That's what all we want. We just want to be bona fide. It's the dream.